Hello there, this is Sandra Brown from Happiness Past 60. And I'm sorry to say I'm going to have to say goodbye to YouTube. Hang in there, I'll tell you the story. Well, I've been on YouTube for about 3.5 years. Most YouTubers, they will take a break every once in a while. I have never taken a break. And I really need to do that. I've had trouble with my blood pressure being extremely high. Um, it's starting to settle just a little bit, but I've been thinking of all the ways I can just settle it down, take some time off. And unfortunately, YouTube's going to be one of them that I'm just going to have to not stop totally, but maybe till after the holidays and then get back on here. I think it's been an accumulation of stress in the last 3.5, maybe going on 4 years. All starting out with my deceased husband when he had Alzheimer's, because that was a long trip through all of that. It doesn't just happen overnight. And it's very stressful for them, of course, and for me as a caregiver. And if any of you have ever done this, I know you totally understand. So one of the things I had to do is I had to end up getting my husband into an Alzheimer's unit. It's not as simple as it sounds. Because if it's just something where they just rush them in, they get them anywhere they possibly can get them in. Well, Medicare will take care of that. I think it was 3 months they took care of it. After that, it's $9,000 a month. So now I was like trying to get him on Medicaid. And then plus trying to get him settled into this home and all the stuff that goes with it. Well, on top of all that, we had COVID. Good old COVID, yeah. And a lawyer who, I don't know if he ripped me off or not, but all I know is I got a lawyer to try to help me to get through all of this and help me to get him on Medicaid and my finances and everything in order, because they take almost everything from you to get him on Medicaid. But if you don't, it's $9,000 a month. I don't know how long he's going to live, how long he'll be in there. It can just totally wipe you out. Well, it ended up $12,000 I gave to this lawyer and didn't do anything for me. I mean, he did a portfolio thing that I don't have that anymore. I don't need it because now I'm remarried. But all that money, and because of some stock that my husband had before I ever married him, he was always talking about some lost stock. I didn't know what he was talking about. But all of a sudden when I had to cash in, they made me, to get on Medicaid, I had to cash in all these stocks that he had, everything, insurance policies. They got to strip you of everything. Then I was trying to decide what I could possibly do with the money. They're saying, oh, go out and buy a large screen TV, buy yourself a new car, do this, do that. I didn't need any of that. And I had worked hard to save what money I had in the bank. Well, it ended up, I found out God really it was him directing me to some little girl. I'm not even sure what state she was from when I was on the phone, but she talked about casting your loan. And I was like, what is casting your loan? I won't go into all that, but that's recasting. Yeah, recasting your loan, which I had no idea what that was. Long story short. But so what I did is take all my money and recast the loan and put it on my house. So I didn't lose it or have to turn it, into the government. So anyways, all this was going on, and this lost stock, I don't know what he's talking about. It went on and on and on with this stock and papers I had to keep signing and running to the post office with. I mean, I couldn't begin to tell you the stress I was going through with that. Plus, having to keep going to the nursing home, and he's wanting me to get him out, and he's angry with me. Okay, so after that, well, before that, okay, here we go. All right, then I got, because of all the stress, I think I was really run down. I ended up getting COVID. Not only did I get COVID, I also got double pneumonia and the stomach flu, a really bad stomach flu. So I was so dehydrated, and I was just, I couldn't even get off my sofa. So it was just me and Millie, and I'm alone, and my husband's in an Alzheimer's unit, and I've got all the stuff I have to do. Everything's on lockdown, and people with masks, and I didn't have anybody to help me. And I probably just didn't ask either. It's probably my fault. I'm leaving out so many details because there's just so much, but I only have so much time. But anyways, it ended up, my husband, Larry, he passed away. Of course, there was a lot of tears and things, but for him, he was a Christian. I knew he knew the Lord, that he got out of that tormented mind, and he just was laying there getting he was like a skeleton, quit eating, and now he didn't even recognize me anymore. And I had a horrible time getting in there to see him. Another long story, but finally they let me in there. But I was by myself, said my goodbyes to him. Now I had the funeral to do. So thank God I had paid for that ahead of time. So I had the funeral, and now, before the funeral, my hair starts falling out from stress. I went into the bathroom, and I was washing my hair in the sink. I don't do that anymore. I do it in the shower. But it was like hands full of hair coming out. And I had to I was throwing it into the toilet, just hands full of hair, because I didn't want to clog the sink up. And I'm getting devastated. I got a funeral due, and my hair is falling out, and so after the funeral, I'm thinking I need to do something to make a little money. And Larry went out when he had Alzheimer's right before Valentine's Day. This was before he got where he couldn't drive. I was at just the point of taking the keys away from him. That's not easy to do, But I thought he's just going to Walgreens because he was excited about getting me a Valentine's card or candy or whatever. But instead, he took off to Best Buy and bought me this very expensive camera that we could not afford. And he was so excited about it. And I remember taking a picture of him with that camera, and he was so excited when I was looking at it, and I was going to video and things. But the camera then was because of my paintings. That's why he purchased it. So I said to my sister, I go, what am I going to do? I can't afford this camera. She goes, yeah, it would break his heart if you send it back. And I go, I know. So I never took it back. Well, I took that very camera. See, that's got. I can't say I use it now. I don't. I'm just videoing all this on my phone. But that camera is what got me started. I was thinking, I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I just thought, I'm going to try to do a YouTube. I may have asked my grandson a little bit just to get started. I'm not sure. I think he came over one day and showed me a little bit. And that video is still drawing in people. I'm still getting people watching that. I didn't know what I was doing at all. But then I got on the dating site because I was lonesome. I do not like to be alone. I just like to share my life with someone. I'm affectionate. I like to have a man in my life. I like to wait on him. I like to cook for him. I like to just share everything, cuddle up and watch TV. I can't help it. And I'm not apologizing for it. Some of you, it don't bother, but it does me. But when I was on this dating site, it wasn't with the intentions of getting married. It's more or less I just want somebody to talk to. Well, you can't just talk to your married friends. They've got a husband. But somebody else who's going through this, if you have a man who's lost their wife, then, they've got all the time in the world to talk whenever, especially evenings. So I won't go into all that. There's that's another video I did on the dating site. That one's very funny. Very funny, it really is. But ended up dating a few guys, and I know, yeah, it was fun, but it was stressful too. Then I ended up with Mr. Bill, and him and he would drive all the way up here to Indiana from Tennessee, where I'm living now. And and I was sometimes just send him back home. I couldn't do it yet. Just was not ready for it. And he was. And that's another story. Got another video on that. And plus, he's writing a book called The Brown-Eyed Girl. All right, so all of that I went through. And then what about marriage? Then I get remarried at 79 years old. I was married to Larry for 40 years, and now here I am at this age. Now I had the stress of getting my house ready to sell and selling it. And boy, you know what all that is. And I'm an artist, and I had a big studio full of paintings. All of these had to be packed or given away or whatever. So also, I had to sell my car because we didn't need 2 cars. Moved away from my church, my family, my friends. Came to Tennessee, and a lot of my stuff went into storage. Then we had to start getting his house ready to sell. So we was working on that. Got it on the market, sold it. Then we're looking for another house. So then we had to pack all the stuff up and get my stuff out of storage and get into the house I'm in now. So actually we moved 3 times in 3 months. So I had to meet all new people, kind of figure out where I'm at, get myself oriented. And all this time, I never stopped YouTube. Never stopped YouTube. I would continue. I don't think I ever had a week go by that I didn't do at least 1 or even 2 videos. Then after we moved in here, I had a heart attack. So I had to have stents put into my heart and stents into my carotid artery. So now I come up with this blood pressure thing. And my knee's been bothering me. And I don't know if it's from the statins or not. I did cut them in half with the doctor's permission. Now I'm going to try to talk him into cutting this in half again. So anyways, I ended up with my blood pressure being extremely high. I think it was 237 over 94. Ended up in emergency. And I've been trying to do all kind of natural stuff to bring it down. And I think it's starting to work. I really do. It just because last night it was like 150 something, but every night it's been 177 something, you know, before I go to bed. So now it is coming down. Okay, what else should I tell you? Oh, so first of all, oh yeah, I just wanted to thank all of you for your prayers. So many of you had been praying for me with way back when I had the heart attack, and also now with this blood pressure and my knee. So I think I just need some time off to just relax. And I mean, since we've been married, I have not had any time where if I'm not doing a video, I'm working on a video. I'm always running around with the camera taking pictures, or sitting down planning something, or trying to think up something, or looking up articles. And so I think it's time for me just to take a little break and see. I'm sure this is going to help my blood pressure go down. I'm absolutely sure it is. And I would like to paint a little bit. So I think since cool weather's coming, because today it got down in the 50s and it was windy, and I thought, oh, this is getting to the time I'd like to do some painting. Next Saturday, we're going on a train trip with the church. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And we got some social events coming up for just the day before Thanksgiving. And I would just like this time. I don't know what it's going to feel like that I'm not really doing a whole lot. And he did say, yeah, he would. There's so many times I'm working on a video, he would like to be with me. So that's what we're going to do. So it probably will be, I'm thinking, sometime after the holidays before I'm back on here. I don't know exactly when, but if you, there should be right below the video, a little bell where you can turn that off or on. I think if it's got a cross through it, you're not going to get notified. If you take that off, just touch on that, it should notify you when my next video comes up. And that way you'll know, because I'm just not sure when. Just not sure, but it'll be after the holidays. And I'll probably be raring to get on here and do it again, because you guys have all become like family to me. You really have. And I hope that you all have a lovely Thanksgiving, a blessed Christmas, and I hope all of your relatives and family get along well, everything's smooth, and hope you get some nice gifts for Christmas, and just remember the reason for the season, right, is Jesus. So I love all of you. So I won't see you, so it's happy Thanksgiving and blessed and Merry Christmas to all of you. Bye now. Well, this is a beautiful fall day, and looks like we're going to have some cold weather coming. So we're enjoying ourselves here at my neighbor's house. We all brought something to eat. We just standing around talking. We were all over there in the shade for a while because, well, you could get a sunburn today out here. I just had the nicest neighbors. It's been so enjoyable. I see they're playing cornhole out there. You guys are, and some of the girls. So I hope you're having a nice day. Get out and enjoy yourself while you can.